Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Bree.
What up, man? It's your boy Chosen on the beat.
And you just pulled up to the chop shop. Hey.
Yo.
So welcome.
What's up, y'all? I'm Cut by James.
Cut by James.
I'm actually James Tyler.
James
Tyler.
Tyler.
I'm known popularly by Cut by James.
He said,
Okay.
known. I am that dude right here.
Right, exactly.
I am him.
It's a famous name.
I am him.
I am him.
You know what I'm saying? The famous loctician in the freaking building.
Yes,
You know what
sir.
I'm saying?
Yes.
Sir, I'm happy to be here.
He blessed the chop shop, so we're very excited. You know what I'm saying? What's poppin',
Exactly.
man? How was your day?
My day was amazing. It's always busy. It's never a dull moment.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit of school shopping in for my daughter.
Nice.
You know, she's going back to school, and we enjoying this summer.
What 11th, 10th grade? 11th grade?
She's going to a junior. She's going to be a junior.
Junior.
11th
Oh,
grade.
my
My
gosh.
baby girl going to be a junior, but she's I'm
Junior?
getting older.
That's all good.
No, we don't get
though.
older. Our kids do.
yeah.
Yeah.
How we
Trying to stay
do.
young.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, we're not looking forward to that right now. Not yet. That's our
Not yet.
last baby, and then
Yeah, she's 9.
she's 9.
About to be 10.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling like she's freaking 16.
She's going on 16, 17. She got an attitude like a 17-year-old. I'll tell you that.
My daughter will be 16 next month.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Any big plans?
Yeah, we're having a sweet 16.
Oh,
Oh.
snap.
I need to correct that. I always say we.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I
You.
am having a sweet 16 for my daughter.
Got you.
You know, and family and friends will be invited.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
I love
that's
that.
what's
I got a little surprise for her at her birthday.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, don't
snap.
spoil it. Wanted to ask you a couple questions actually, and regarding entrepreneurship and navigating through the ups and downs, right? So I mean, we all took a hit, all of us financially, some more than others. And then during COVID, a lot of businesses closed down, such as salons and things like that, right? And
Correct.
we just right. And so we just kind of wanted to see, like, how were you able to sustain your business, further ventures, et cetera? Like, why you've been, overcoming this, everybody overcoming, but specifically you, how have you been able to do that?
Yeah. So COVID, really quick, before I forget.
Yes.
I didn't know these guys. I knew one of them, but rest in peace to Bubbly
Oh,
Yeah.
and Pretty.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So rest
I
in
know
Yeah.
this
peace
week
to
has
them.
been,
This week has been real crazy, man.
I knew a lot of people in San Diego knew them. They were well known. So
Nah, Bub,
yeah.
we actually we went to the Candlelight Forum a couple of days ago, and we went to Fat Camp San Diego. Actually did a balloon release for him today.
Yellow and white balloons.
Yellow and white
yeah.
balloons, so we released it to him. The city is hurt, man. I'm
Yeah.
hurt. People that are very close to him are very hurt. It's just very unfortunate.
It's gone too soon.
And
yeah, he
Yeah.
was so cool. Just like all around person.
yeah, he was a very good person, bro.
Good person.
Every time I saw him, he's like, "Bro, where's Torian?" So with him in the music, get Torian in the studio.
Right.
I mean, every single time, never fails.
time.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Bub. We love you. We're gonna miss you, bro.
Good dude.
Good dude.
Definitely.
Good dude. So entrepreneurship, back into it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So COVID hit everyone different. We were all going to work one day, living our normal lives, and next thing you know, everything shut down.
Yeah.
I was working in a salon at the time. The salon has shut down. I went home. I work a lot, so thankfully, when I went home, I went to sleep happily.
Happily.
And then I want to say, not even a week's time, my clients were calling me because they still needed their hair done, and they still were essential. So a lot of my clients are military, medical personnel, law enforcement, so they still have to go to work. So they were like, hey, we still need our hair done, this, that, and the third, like, what can we do? So I made the decision to turn my dining room into a salon.
Okay.
Yep, and that's how I sustained through COVID. But COVID, I have 2 businesses. I'm a hairstylist, and then I have a hairline as well, Hair Mere Extensions. And Hair Mere Extensions has always been on global platforms.
Okay.
So for me, the hairline went crazy.
Right.
Crazy, like it never did before. I had my best year of sales because it was on Amazon. People didn't have anything to do.
Sure.
They
They learned how to do hair that year, right?
Yeah, they were at home spending money. There were, not too many stores open, and it just worked out for me. And then at my home, I really was never scared of COVID. So I just continued working as if COVID really never happened. I took the proper steps to protect myself and
Yeah.
cleanliness and
Right.
sanitation and all that. But I trusted my clients, and I sent out a very strict letter. Like if you got it, you cough 2 times, let me know because I don't want it.
Because don't come in.
Don't pull
Right?
up.
No, do
Yeah.
not
You're in
pull
a
up at
small
all.
confined house now. You know what I mean? So that's crazy. So
I feel
you're
like hair specifically is an essential. That's my personal opinion. We still needed to keep that.
how? Because you couldn't go nowhere. It was locked down.
No, but some
Like,
people
I knew
still go to
people-
work. Some people had to. That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
A lot of his clientele were people that had to go to work, and why did they have to have their hair not done?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Military still was going to work.
Yeah.
Law enforcement, especially medical personnel. Those were the ones I was actually scared of. My
Right, because
medical,
they're in it.
because I was like, please don't get me sick. And they were getting COVID rapidly.
Yeah, left
way
and
more,
right.
way more,
Yeah, because
right.
it was so
Because
they were
they're
just in
consistently
it,
in
in it. You know what I'm saying?
But a lot of my clients were honest with me though.
Okay.
And they
Thank
would just be
God.
like, hey, I tested positive for COVID. And they had the whole 14-day thing, but I had a 30-day thing just to take extra precaution.
No, that's
because my
smart.
daughter still lives in my house.
Oh, I hear you. Yeah.
I didn't want to be sick or anything like that. But it was a lot, sanitizing between each and every client, not having any clients, come across each other's paths or anything like that.
So you're talking about guidelines, and you had rules and things like that, right? I want to
Yes.
discuss because this is
I was
something
a
that's
stickler.
it's a hot topic consistently when it comes down to rules and regulations and things like that. But I would think that a lot of people, we've been noticing pricing has changed too, right?
Yes.
Within the hair industry, I have seen it.
I mean, not even the hair, the nails,
lashes.
lashes.
I mean, I have all
like,
those things. So,
Everything that
you know,
is essential. Like, it seemed like after COVID, everybody's price went super high.
crazy high. Yeah.
And then it just seems like it's like, do you think, so I don't know, like, do you think that people are taking advantage of clients because of that? Or do you think that,
not saying you.
not saying this you,
within
it's
the
like within the
you know what you
industry,
see. You
within
see
the
a lot
industry,
of
because
stuff.
you've been in it. So you know what's up and you know what's fair and what's not, and you know what's the difference between people. Hey, my prices are up because it's more demand and I earn that. You know what I'm saying? Versus like, I'm just going to be like, well, they need it, so I'm just going to kill them. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Right.
like,
Or is it, do you notice that there's prices that are changing within the industry? Are you guys being, scammed too in a way, right? That's what we want to know.
So I think there's kind of like 2 different avenues when it comes to pricing. I think inflation obviously increased prices because the economic price increase with everything, groceries and everything like that, we kind of had to go up on our prices.
Okay, that's fair.
And I think it all depends on kind of where you're at in the hair industry.
Okay.
If you are more of a newer stylist and you don't have that experience and you're working in the salon, you're really not paying that much more than you were paying prior to COVID.
Okay.
Hair products and everything like that, kind of mostly are the same. Nothing's really changed.
Okay. What about overhead? What about like if they're in a salon,
Salons, yeah.
right? Did you see an increase in change of that?
So for me, I'm in a salon suite,
Okay.
right? And between the type of products that I use, inventory, just keeping my clients afloat, having my clients feel comfortable and everything that I provide, my prices, I think, should come at a premium.
Okay.
Yeah. But this is why, because you are my client, right? And you see the type of experience that I provide. It's a one-on-one personal service, right? It's not your standard walk into a salon full of people. You get to come in there, you get the remote, you do whatever you do, you fall asleep.
fall asleep.
You know, like
I'll be out. My shoes be damn near off. You know
They
what
do
I'm
be
saying?
off.
Yep.
sometimes get up from the shampoo.
You must be comfortable.
It's like
I'm
one shoe
comfortable.
off and one shoe
oh
on.
my gosh.
I'll be knocked out.
Yeah,
Bro.
I think it's the experience that you provide all together. Like some people should be able to go up, some people shouldn't. Like I feel like I provide a premium service to my clients, and it's personalized. So I stand by my prices.
Yeah, no, I don't
I
think
hear
you're. I don't feel
don't
like
think
your
you're
prices
outrageous.
are overly done. I mean, you do a lot of work. It takes you hours sometimes to do stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's a long time. You know what I'm saying? And then not even only that, I'm just talking about though. But I did notice like haircuts went from 35 to
Right.
45 to now they're damn near $100 haircuts, bro.
Right.
Like,
and
just-
they're not
yeah.
like they go to your
You know what I'm
house. They're
saying?
like,
It's like,
you just go to the barbershop.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like just like bro, and then it's like okay, like I mean, but the thing about it is, the prices have gone up,
Yeah.
even with
Yeah.
rent, right? So things that renting normally was $4,000, now they're like $7,000 for rent.
That's true.
I
That's
Things that are $7,000 are now like $12,000, $13,000. Like trying to buy a house or trying to be home, and then your eggs and then your milk and all the stuff that we try to buy. Everything is
Right.
expensive now. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I can see probably why certain prices are went up, but damn, it's like some of these barbers or people you can't even get a hold of anymore. You can't even call them
I
anymore.
know,
You gotta,
you gotta
you know what I mean?
So I
it's
think
like,
it's also because where we live.
Yeah.
We live in
Okay.
San Diego, California.
yeah,
We live in the third most expensive city in the country, right? And so with us living in the third most expensive city in the country, we charge more predominantly than almost anywhere else.
Oh, really?
Oh,
So
okay.
it's different.
I travel and I do hair, right?
Yeah.
So if I go down to Virginia,
Yeah.
right, and I try to charge the same prices that I charge there, they're not going to pay it.
Okay.
There's no way, because what I charge here, the average price in Virginia is $85.
Right.
Oh,
right.
okay. Okay.
If I go down to Texas, the demographic is a lot cheaper, right? So they're not going to pay what I charge here because their jobs aren't paying that much.
Okay.
The cost of living is a lot lower.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't make sense to them.
Okay. Have you noticed? I wanted to
No, I
ask
know.
you.
That's fine.
I know you haven't always been in San Diego. You've been in a lot of different places. Have you noticed what's the different in dynamic in California versus other people? Because I know we spoke about you doing hair shows, you doing certain things, and you like it's different out here versus when you doing that
It
same
is.
thing over there. So can you talk to us about that as far as the
Like Atlanta is huge
Yeah.
for hair.
So in San Diego, it's a little harder out here because the sense of community is lacking.
Oh, okay.
so it's not even in the music industry; it's in the hair industry as well, right?
I think
Wow.
Oh wow!
No,
Wow.
any type of independent contractor industry that you're in, it's hard out here. It's like pulling teeth. And then being as though the demographic that you're going after, like that I go after sometimes, the percentage of it is so low, right, that it's hard to get people to participate because they just might not have an interest, might be crabs in a barrel, or we live in an expensive city and they just might be penny pinchers. They don't,
Yeah,
they
that
don't want
makes
to dig in
sense,
those pockets. You know what I'm
Hear
saying?
you.
But what I've learned in San Diego, people spend money on what they want to spend money on. They won't pay $200 to get their hair done, but they'll pay $200 to go out.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they be like,
No, to eat out. To eat
Yes,
out at a restaurant.
yes,
You wanna-
yes.
listen, I've always learned take care of my hairstylist, take care of my barbers as much as you can, because they're gonna ones gonna take care of you. You know what I mean? If you need that extra appointment, because you've been over backwards for me sometimes.
You really have.
Like okay, let me work my magic. Hey man, I can get you in here at this time. You know what I'm saying? And I just call you at the blue sometimes, and you still try to work your magic. And I know that's disrespectful to you, because
you don't plan your hair.
I know
ever.
I know
He doesn't.
that
Oh, I gotta
you
go
are.
somewhere.
I know that
Yeah,
you are
remember.
extremely busy and you are extremely in high demand. So sometimes I don't take. I mean, clients can be rude. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Thinking that
Sure.
they're at.
They
Do you have those type of clients thinking that they're very entitled or whatever like that because you're cool with
Yeah, spill the
them?
tea. Let us
You know what I'm
know.
saying?
Yeah.
Or do you have
Yeah.
people like
Yeah.
that, or do you don't deal with? Because I
So-
see your posts and you be like,
So transparently speaking,
I was like, oops, somebody got fucked.
Right.
Somebody is lost.
Somebody got blocked.
yeah. So transparently speaking, I think we're two different types of people in our personal and our business,
Okay.
right?
I heard that.
Personal, I'll be your best friend, the most loving person, and business wise, I'm the same. But I'm a stickler about my rules because it's maintaining organization for me,
Okay.
not you, but me. Like I have to be comfortable before you're comfortable,
Right.
right? And I feel also like my mentality, like my drive, my ambition, like we all have the same 24 hours in a day, so I don't want to waste it. So I have this thing where like I could do, I don't know, 4 or 5, 6 heads, but when I get home every single night, like I feel like I could do more. Like I didn't do enough. You
Okay.
know? So like when you call, right, I'll be like, hey, like I have 5 appointments that day, but what's 6? What's 7? This is what I do anyway. I ain't got nothing else to do. Well, I have other things to do.
No, I know what you
But
said.
this is my career, so I want to make the most of it.
That makes sense. What got you into doing this?
I was gonna ask. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna try to like express the story.
Okay.
So I'm actually in a career today that I once was ashamed of, that was not allowed in my household growing up.
Oh well,
Oh,
okay. Why
okay.
was that?
Yeah.
Like, okay, elaborate.
Explain. Yeah, please.
So without making my parents look bad.
We love you, parents. We love you.
It's your story, though.
I was raised in a Christian-based family,
Okay.
which a lot of us was.
Right.
And men don't do hair.
Okay.
Right.
You know, men cut hair. So I used to like do my little cousin's hair, my niece's hair. That's how I taught myself how to braid. I used to do the mops hair. Remember,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
those old school mops that you
Yes.
could twist,
Yeah.
right? And so there was one time where I did the mops hair and I did like this little half up, half down. It was like super cute, right? and my mom, she's like, my middle name's Edward. And so she's like, Edward. And I came downstairs and she's holding the mop.
That's
That's
his
my
middle
middle name.
too.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Oh,
That's
James,
crazy.
both y'all James Edwards. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
James Edward. That's crazy. I'm the third though.
Yeah.
okay. I'm a junior.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Let's
Yeah.
move.
Well, I know,
Okay.
I'm sorry, it just threw me off for a second.
So she's like, you know, Edward, and I come downstairs and she's holding the mop. And right when I come downstairs, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I forgot to take it down. You know what I'm
She
saying?
beat you with the mop.
She,
Well, okay. That's
she
another
didn't. She
story.
didn't beat me. She might have got a couple swings.
She got a couple swings in.
Couple swings.
Yeah.
But she didn't beat me. So I would do like, you know, sneak and do my cousin's hair and stuff like that. And when I got 14, my dad had bought me some clippers. He was like, you need to start learning how to cut hair because your mom don't like you doing hair.
Okay.
Right. And so
She blamed it on he blamed it on your mom. Yeah.
Yep. And so I wanted to go to cosmetology school so desperately, but I went to Lincoln High School. And the place that I went to school at, it's not favored for guys to do hair.
Right.
And so I wanted to do it, but I wasn't comfortable with it, and I wasn't comfortable with myself yet. And so I was still kind of ashamed to do it. So I was just like, I ain't gonna do this. You know, like I wanted to bad, but what's the word I want to use? Like I couldn't get past what people thought about
Thought
it.
about you.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I didn't do it. So I went into the hotel industry and hospitality.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And so I worked in hotels at the front desk, supervisor, management, all that. Whole time cutting hair on the side
Okay.
and like doing hair on the side.
Right.
Yeah,
So did you learn to barber too then as well?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I started learning how to cut hair. I used to jack my brothers and my cousins up.
So you self-taught. You didn't even go to. You didn't have to go to school.
I did go to school.
Well,
No,
okay.
he has
okay.
to
You
go.
have to go to school. Oh, I guess you
He
got
has
to get your
to get his
license.
license.
My apologies.
Yeah.
You
My
can get
apologies.
in trouble.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
No.
I'm sorry.
Actually, matter of fact, no,
No, no.
I'm self-taught.
So like later on in life, I went to school after my child's mother and I broke up because that's when I finally, for the first time in my life, started to feel comfortable with myself.
Okay.
Like I came out the closet, even though like my mom and dad already knew it, right? I was like, okay, you know, like now I'm on this journey. I could do what I want to do. I'm free.
Right.
And so I went to school to do hair. I didn't have any shame, but I had to move out of San Diego as well because I went to school in Virginia.
Okay.
That's what I thought. Okay, that's what I was
Okay.
like. I knew he
Yeah.
knew it here because I know he was out, you know, back east or
Someplace.
south or
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I got to Virginia, I felt like, you know, like wasn't no one in San Diego there. I couldn't be judged or anything like that. So I went through a school. I was super happy about it. And that's how I officially became licensed.
That's what's up.
I know.
That's what's up. So you've been doing a lot of work. You've been doing hair. You've been doing it since you was a kid. Then you landed loving hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
When I got back to San
You
Diego.
got back to San Diego. How the hell did that come
I know,
up? You
yeah.
what I'm saying?
So technically, first it wasn't Living Hip Hop. First it was the SP Awards.
Okay.
Then it was the BET Awards.
Okay.
Nice.
And
Nice.
then
Okay.
it became 11 Hip Hop.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So while I was working the SP Awards, they were filming Love and Hip Hop on there, and they needed someone to do A1's locks
Oh, okay.
because not they're like behind the scenes. If you guys ever been there, there's a lot of hairstylists, but there's not a lot of locticians.
Locticians.
Right.
Okay.
It's true. No, you're
by
right.
any means,
You're right.
You know, and I was there working with Angel Brink.
The person that does the
Yeah, I
dresses,
love her
beautiful
dresses,
dresses.
by
They're
the
so
way.
beautiful.
Amazing. They're
Yes.
expensive, but they're
Expensive, but they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
One of a kinds. You know, they really are.
So they needed someone to do A1's hair, and I did A1's hair, and then Zell saw A1's hair.
Oh,
He
yeah.
liked
Zell
it.
Swag. Yeah.
Yep, and then I did his hair, and then that's how I got the call back.
Nice.
And you and Zell been cool ever since.
Super cool. Yeah.
Super cool. Yeah.
Zell's a good dude.
Yeah. He seems like it.
Now,
Yeah.
is this month? Are you still doing your event at you usually do?
No, there was some complications with the venue. So,
Oh,
and,
no.
no, but it's okay. It's okay. God is still good.
What was the event?
Pride event.
Yeah, it's a pride event. He does it every year.
Oh.
Well, he's done it. He's done it
Twice.
years so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been dope too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He brings different people down.
it's fun.
Oh yeah, I would
really,
have loved to be a part of that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Our last one, it was Zell and Malaysia and Cocaine Lorraine hosted with us.
Oh, nice.
And Javante Rose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ask you this. Well, I'll let Bree ask you because
Well, you just dabbled. You briefly threw in there saying a little bit like you came out the closet, and I wanted to kind of, if you don't mind talking about it, because you came from a strong background of Christianity, like right within your household, and you kind of said that they were strict in a way, right?
Yeah.
How did your family react when you told them that? You said that they knew, but when you physically said it earlier, you said you cartwheeled out or did a backflip out of the closet.
I did. So, and I think the only reason why I did a cartwheel out of the closet and not just walk out the closet is because prior to telling my parents, I had started having like my initial experiences.
Okay.
Before I told them, which made me a little bit more comfortable to tell them.
Okay.
My ex fiance actually is who got me to tell them because I had such a strong liking and eventually evolved into love for them. I just couldn't hold it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you, because you have a daughter, right?
Right.
So were you just playing a role?
I was. Yeah, I was.
You was playing a role the whole time because you didn't want nobody to judge you.
I was faking it.
Man.
Yeah. But then it's funny because even if someone that knows me today, right, I wasn't the same person when I was with my daughter's mom.
Okay.
You know, I was a lot more masculine acting. You know what I'm saying? I was a lot more like hard shell acting. I was trying to be like the man. You know what people are scared to be in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Like your atypical man or whatever, right?
Yes. I was trying to be like the hard masculine guy, and I was like, I can't do this.
Got you.
You know. And then so once I had broke up with my daughter's mom, I was like, finally, you know, I could be me. You know, I don't want to be anybody else. And I actually had my first encounter with the guy after I broke up with my daughter.
After you broke up with your mom. Okay. That's crazy.
Did you think that maybe she had a sense of it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. For
Oh yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were a couple of times in a relationship where I kind of slipped up, like on the laptop.
Oh, that'll do it.
She was like, "Do you got anything you want to tell me?" I'm like, "What's that?"
I just popped. It was a pop up.
Just a pop up.
Just
Yeah.
a pop up, babe.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. There
Okay.
was a couple of slip ups, but I think she was. We were so young, you know, and she had that love for me because I was her child's father.
Yeah.
You know, now that I look at it in hindsight, like she had carried our child and had our baby, so she was in love.
Totally. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the love that she had for me, I couldn't give back, and I couldn't reciprocate to her because I just wasn't there.
You wasn't there.
But I cared about her.
Oh no, yeah, totally. Of course, yeah.
All day.
And you got a beautiful daughter, so that's what matters.
And she's a good woman too.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's
being a
good.
black man and then being gay
And a single father
and a
now.
single father,
Yes.
Right.
like, do you go through anything mentally? Like, do you like mental challenges trying to hold up all that? Because you probably been through so much negativity. Just first of all, just being a black man,
Right.
right? And then now you come out, I'm a gay black man. I know you're happy and you're proud, you know what I mean? But like, what does
Still
that?
comes with
What has that
issues
done
at
for you
times.
mentally? Has you had any mental challenges?
I want to say my mental challenges I kind of went through at an earlier age, like at
Okay.
a teenage age.
Okay.
Okay.
If anybody knows what it's like growing up in Southeast San Diego, right? Southeast is not the nicest place when it comes to a black gay man.
No.
Right.
No, it's true.
So I've heard all the clowns, and I had gotten in so many fights and everything like that because of my sexuality. By the time that it came to me being a father, I had already been called everything in the book 25 times.
Right.
You know, so it just really didn't affect me at all, or that much. I could say that because words do hurt.
They do.
People say words don't hurt, but words do hurt.
They do.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes from people you love.
Yes, words do hurt.
You gotta watch what you say because you can really F somebody up mentally. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So when it came to me being a father, and I just knew that I didn't want to raise my daughter in San Diego. So I moved out of San Diego when she was 11 months because I was like, there's no way I'm going to raise my daughter here. There's no way. And so the earlier stages of my daughter's life, we weren't even in San Diego. So it was a fresh slate. So I positioned myself to where I didn't have to be put in a predicament to where I have to deal with that.
So then you guys were in Virginia then?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah,
Hot ass Las Vegas.
I lived in California, San Diego, Las Vegas, and Virginia.
Okay.
Has your daughter been with you the whole time, or did you co-parent or
different states.
So my daughter has lived with me her entire life,
so-
except for a few years. Her middle school years, she had gotten to a point where her mom started to come back around, and she was like, "Dad, I want to go live with my mom," and I'm like, "Okay," so I let her go live with her mom. I was always the type of co-parent, or the other parent, like I'm tired too.
Right. You need a break too. Yeah.
And I don't know what it's like. I don't want to say it's a female thing or a male thing, but I know that a lot of times the other parent will try to hold on to.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't see your baby and stuff like that. I'm like, no, here,
right.
Absolutely.
give me a break.
That's respectful.
That's respectful.
That's respectful. You didn't hold a grudge or have a pettiness about you within the relationships. That's great.
No.
That's great.
So I would like to say
you're
this.
like, hold on, maybe a little pettiness.
I think every parent, as we become parents and learn how to become parents, we have those petty moments.
Sure.
We do get some pettiness, whatever. we all
get
do
in our
it.
feelings.
But I will say this: parents that are co-parenting, the best thing you do is just let the other parents see the child.
That's it.
Yes.
The fighting and then because it hurts the child more than it hurts y'all.
It do.
You know what I'm saying? You guys got to understand what the child goes through. You know what I'm saying? Because all they see is you and their mother or their father just bickering and fighting and stuff like that.
Right.
And all you guys got to, all the dad wants to do is see his child, and all the mom, you know what I'm saying? So moms, let them see their child, and vice versa. Fathers, let the mom see the child, unless they're people that are going to harm the child.
Right. But if their intention is positive,
but if their positive intentions, there's no point for you to keep anybody away from your kids. So I can't stress that enough. You know what I'm saying? To all you single mothers, single fathers out there, like I said, if the father is good or the mother is good, there should be no issues. They don't need visitations and I need to supervise
visitations.
You got to pay me this amount of money. And let them be with their kids, bro.
Yeah.
The system doesn't want that togetherness. They want you guys to be separated.
Exactly.
They want single moms. They want single dads. They want the dads in the system. They want the moms in the system.
Right.
We got to break this cycle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that also comes with maturity too.
Say it again.
Facts.
I said that also comes with maturity too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I always there's a second thought always in my head when people you're such a great father, but you didn't know me in the beginning years when I was becoming a father. I don't want to sit up here and make it seem like I'm a saint because my very beginning years of becoming a single father, I went through the anger, at my daughter's mom and, going off and doing all that. But then it just got to a point where it was like, you know what, let me redirect my energy on my child versus that,
That's to me when I hear stories like that, nobody's perfect, right? Our kids, we just said this. Our kids don't come with manuals, so we don't know what to do, and every child is different. So being the fact that you are acknowledging that and seeing that, that's a good parent.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't give ourselves enough credit, but a good parent is acknowledging that they're not a good parent. Right.
And
I just really feel like that.
You gave up. I'm not saying you gave up. It's your daughter. You do whatever.
Right.
But you have given, you don't do nothing. It's all about her. And you said, I'm going to do this until she's out, until she graduates and goes to college. And then I will go back and find me. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. Our parents are not selfish like that. Some parents are.
You know who usually do that? The women. And I'll be honest with you, they really do. And so it's refreshing to see actually a man.
He's like, I gave up. I'm dating. You're not dating. You're not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying?
A part of being a parent, being a parent is faceless and looking beyond yourself, right?
Exactly.
And so once you have a child, the world is no longer just about you. The world is about you and the children that you birth, or the child that, or not birth, but you have.
Right.
So to me, James's life isn't just James anymore. Once I turned 23 and my daughter was born, it wasn't about that anymore. It's like, okay, I have this little girl. She didn't ask to be here. She didn't get to choose her mom or her dad.
Right.
So it's up to me to be the best parent that I can to her. And so I made a ton of sacrifices, within her growth, and my young adulthood was gone. And then even when I tried to live my young adulthood, it was like God would bring me back and be like, get back over here and be a parent.
So being a parent and you being in the LGBTQ plus.
This is Candace Owen.
Candace Owens, my
so
bad.
Candace Owen, I sent you an article, right? And
Yeah.
she discusses, she consistently gets banned on a regular basis. And one of these articles that I read, she was discussing, she got banned once again from her platform because of certain things and certain views that she has. And one of them had to do with the fact that she believes that people from the LGBT or the trans community, that they were molested. That's the reason why they are who they are and why they've become gay or become
Yeah.
And I mean, of course I'm straight, but I feel like that's absolutely bananas for her to
Right.
make that comment, so but I just wanted to hear somebody from the community to hear what you thought about that.
Yeah. I feel like I've heard that so many times. So I could speak for myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't want to generalize anything. I was born and came into this world, and ever since I could remember having an inkling of liking guys, there was never anything where like I like girls. The only thing I liked about girls was that they were pretty.
Right.
Like your hair is beautiful,
Oh, thank
your
you so
makeup
much.
looks good,
Oh, thank
and
you.
that's it. But not in the way that you would say it.
Right.
You know, it was like
right.
your hair looks good. Like, girl, you get your hair done. You know,
My girl Tiffany.
you would look at her like, dang, dang, you bad. You know, so there was never an inkling of any of that. Like, I was born this way. You know, I never. The only reason I had girlfriends and had relations with girls is because I was trying to live for society. It was never a thing that I really wanted to do. You know, I had brothers in the house, so I was like, oh, I'll try it.
Right.
You know, and I remember even telling them, like, in the beginning, like, the first time, like, I went down on a girl, right? I was like, it doesn't taste sweet. It didn't taste good. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it tastes
Each
like.
his own. Everybody's
I was like,
different.
and they were laughing.
as hell.
Look, I was like, it tastes like flesh.
Flesh is like flesh.
Like, it was like,
Nah, bro.
I don't know.
but then you know, like as I got older, I was like, oh,
Okay.
it does taste sweet.
Sweet. Right. You do it right. And I was like,
Yeah, but
I hear you.
it was like I was just doing things to like kind of follow the next guy. Like if you were my homeboy, like I would be like, oh well, James is doing this. Like let me do this. Let me get me a girlfriend.
I got you.
You know, like I didn't know who I was yet.
You were
So
conforming.
people are really born that
society.
way. So it's not like something that you.
Well, he's telling his story.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like you didn't see it when you were growing up.
There's
You didn't, like in that environment, like you were in a Christian environment, so there's
Yeah.
no way that was pushed on you, right? And then back then, when we were growing up, there was definitely
There's
not-
no agenda. There's
no
nothing on
agenda back
television. You didn't
then,
see anything
right?
like that, like how they have.
So
a
There
voice
was
more now.
nothing that happened to me that made me want to be gay.
Right.
There was nothing that had like it wasn't a choice that I made. I didn't wake up one day and say, "Hey, I want to be gay." If anything,
Right.
I wanted to be the opposite. I wanted to be
were
straight
trans.
because I was like, why can't I be like him?
Okay.
Like he's masculine, girls like he likes girls. Like
Mm-hmm.
why don't I feel that way? You know, like I wanted to be like the next guy.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, like those weren't my true feelings or my true emotions. So it just wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like what she's saying is that's a lot of people's views, ignorant people's views about the gay community, thinking like they're or like maybe a woman became a lesbian because they were abused by a man or their father or what, physically abused, not necessarily sexually abused. Those are the things that happen. Oh, they had to have some type of trauma. They had to see something,
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe there are some situations that happen like that,
Yeah.
but I also feel like that maybe didn't have anything to do with how they were
No,
ahead of
no.
time,
Honestly, I think like even like in today's like sexuality, like or people are just like doing things because there's so many options or because things seem cool now or out of pure curiosity. Like I've been in situations where like, I've met guys and like I'm like, oh, I'm not an experiment. Like you just
Right.
want to do this just because you heard.
Okay.
Like a guy might do this better or you just probably never experienced it before
Right.
or whatever the case may be. But then I don't believe that everyone's like that.
Okay. So
like-
you do feel like there's some people that maybe aren't per se born with it. People are more
Oh,
adapting
yeah.
to. It's
Yeah,
because it's
for
being
sure.
they're more acceptable and they're just curious.
The only thing
sure.
that
Like
I
the college girls, like that's one of their things.
Yeah,
that,
like
let's just try it.
like I've had my homegirls, like my homegirls are straight, but
Yeah.
like they've kissed a girl. It doesn't mean
Right.
they're gay. They were in
Right.
college. They had the moment. They tried it. I don't know, whatever. They kind of went on about their business.
Right. Like Nicki Minaj, she was with her and Remy.
She was gay, bro.
Oh no, she was very masculine. you know, if you look back at old videos of her and she was like crying on the phone with Remy. You ever see that
Yeah.
video? And Remy and her were together supposedly, and then she all of a sudden is a Barbie, you know, like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. Experimenting.
And then she
with a
married
man
and now
as
so-
a man is gay to me. You're gay. Like
You
I
think
would
of
say,
if a man
a man experienced,
And they don't even be
Just
experimenting for
just
real.
said, like
They don't, because every single time, or hold on, the times that I've messed with a guy that was down low, they're like, oh, this is my first time. You know, I've never done this before. But the way he performed, I'm like, this ain't your
that's the first time.
nigga, you gay.
You done did this the timer 5.
Number 5. Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've always been a big person to, you know, I was born I was born as a in church. So I was always taught that this is wrong.
Right.
So according to God,
Biblical
that's
or whatever.
biblically is wrong. You know what I'm saying? But me, as my feelings, I feel like people should be able to love and do whoever they want.
Because then that's judging,
You know
and
what
we're
I'm
not supposed to
saying?
judge.
That's
so it's
how
like,
I always feel. The only thing that I don't agree with is it getting put into schools and the agenda that's being pushed there.
Right.
and
Because
for the younger children.
the younger
Yeah,
children,
because we do want
I don't-
younger teenagers.
If
to
you
have a
grow
voice.
up and you grow up and that's what you want to do, that's fine. But it's like I don't want it to be like in there and just pushed on them like that. You know what I'm saying? There's just certain things like for example, when we were growing up and we were watching a TV show and with our parents or something, and the two people start kissing, what do?
They would
cover your eyes
Yeah.
and
Exactly,
go out.
yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
You're not supposed
You're
to
not
learn.
you're not at an age to
sexuality.
be able
You're
to
supposed
see
be
that
doing-
yet.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's my only thing. You know what I'm saying on that. There's some issues with schools. Governor
Newsom. Yeah,
has basically said that the schools do no longer have to tell the parents if someone changes
The child wants to change their pronouns from kindergarten to 12th grade, right?
Crazy.
So what are your thoughts on
Yeah,
that?
what is your thoughts? Because I'm in my
Yeah.
kid's business. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
regardless,
crazy. I'm in my daughter's business too.
Yeah.
And I've already asked her 157 times.
And they don't tell us the truth, you know, all the time.
And my
so.
daughter's like, no, Dad, you're gay. I'm not.
You that,
not me.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Before we go into that subject really quick, okay?
Yes.
Just to touch on the last subject. Like,
Of course.
I wish we lived in a world where there were just no labels when it came to like homosexuality, straight, transgender. I don't know. I think that society has taken that like so far that it's ridiculous. You know, like, and it just makes, I think some people just feel uncomfortable because I think if we didn't have like those specific titles, a lot of people would be so much more comfortable with themselves.
I hear that, yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
because
think-
before there was a label, right? Before we
Yeah.
discussed about homosexuality more openly,
Yeah.
nobody asked questions on like if I were to watch Whitney Houston, they're not all in her business.
Right.
They're not asking her questions.
Yeah.
They're not doing all that. Why are you asking about what, they do ask about who you're dating, right? That's
Yeah.
what their area's business. But they don't go and dabble into specifics, about the relationship and what do you guys do in this. And I
And
feel
I
like they
think-
do that with homosexuality. They discuss it way more. It's like drawn on it. That's why I didn't want to have our whole podcast be about that because I really feel like people that's not that's not who you are. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's something that it is, but it's
Sometimes you can't even tell this dude is gay.
No,
though.
I-
You know what I'm
honestly,
saying?
I
Like,
wouldn't-
You don't
I-
carry yourself flamboyant like that. You know, what I mean?
no,
You're
but see
just
that's
chill.
but that's the taboo. I feel like a lot of people think that a person who is gay or like
supposed to be
a woman that's a lesbian that they're masculine. It's not always like
Oh,
that.
no, that's
There's-
true. Not
no,
with women.
No, because we happen to know. But people's it's the society's assumptions. It's this narrative that people think that a guy who's gay is flamboyant. And that's not necessarily always accurate.
At the end of the day, maybe it's just because I'm traditional, right? I think homosexuality to me is just the preference that you decide to be with, like in your love life, right? That's how I think about it. It doesn't change me as a man. I'm not going around here like switching and none of that. No, nothing against anybody that are. But yeah, like I still grew up playing football, baseball, football. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody beat me up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still balling. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working out. You know what I'm saying? I'm still living life like a man, and you know what I'm saying? Like that I am because I'm still a man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever I do in my personal life, in my love life, has nothing to do with the surface of me. You know what I'm saying? That's just who I choose, and I'm not doing it out loud.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter
Okay.
to me.
I hear that.
You know, my homeboys are still my homeboys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My homegirls are still my homegirls. I'm super duper respectful. I'll never hit on a man that's straight. Yeah. You know, like, and even if a man that's allegedly straight to me hits on me, I'm the one that's telling him like, don't do that.
Right.
Right.
you know, like, or at least not with me.
Yeah.
Right,
You
right,
know, and
right.
it makes
Not
them
right
feel
here.
weird because usually it's the straight guys like telling the gay guy like,
Yeah.
you know, bro, I'm not gay. But then
Right.
I'm the
But
gay
you're
guy
like, hey,
telling the
bro,
straight
hey,
guy
bro, you're
like,
straight.
you know, I'm
Right.
good.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But I, at the end of the day, that's what I think it is. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I'm still a father. I'm still a man first. You know what I'm saying? Even me, how I raised my daughter, you know, I raised my daughter to like men. The same way that my mom or dad would raise any of their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're to be with a man and stuff like that. Now, if she chooses for some reason to be with a woman, I would accept it.
Yeah.
I don't think she's going that route, though. We're in this boy crazy phase.
Yeah.
No, this is like the worst stage.
But, you know, I raised her that way. You know, like, just because your father's gay doesn't mean you're supposed to be gay.
Right.
Fair. That's fair.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, that's just what I think homosexuality is. That's it. It's just who you decide to lay with.
I think that sometimes there are people that are within the community that are aggressively like wanting to make sure that like straight people are like, you have to do this.
It seems like it's like we're being straight. It's like almost like some people look down at us because we're straight, right? And it's like because we're straight doesn't mean that we hate gay people. You know what I'm saying? Does that make people? And it seems like.
But I think some people that are straight do.
But there's two different types of straight people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do think that. I do think that there's people.
There's
that feel that
straight
way.
people that are comfortable in their own skin.
Yeah.
Right, and that can be cool with gay people. And then
Hug them, get my hair done.
Yeah, like
you know what I mean. There's,
Right.
you know what I'm saying. There's people that be tripping about getting their hair done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying. It's
Oh,
like,
really?
Oh,
But they
my
want
God.
their hair done, but they don't want no one
Because
to
he does
know.
a good job.
You know what I mean?
I actually made a post about that on my
Yeah,
Instagram before.
I remember.
Yeah, you
did.
should because
I did.
that's people are weird sometimes.
And then
about
there's
shit.
straight people that they don't like gay people, but I don't want to blame that straight person. It could be from their upbringing,
Okay.
or then just following, you know, what they
Yeah.
thought they were supposed to follow when they grew up.
Listen,
But I
you
think
can
people can
disagree
grow.
with disagree with it. I just don't think any hatred needs to be involved.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I just don't.
You
And
can have
like I saw a
disagreements.
post on one of the homies. Shout out JoJo, Stop Sign Pros. I saw a post on there, and there was gay pride going on, and they were giving out the rainbows or whatever the case may be, and it was a flyer, and some kid acted like he wanted one, and he grabbed it and he threw it on the ground and stomped on it, and I'm like, then why take the flyer?
Right.
And why is this
And also,
kid,
why are you there?
and then why is this kid got hatred in him like that?
He was a
for
kid.
me,
He was
that's-
maybe like 11.
You know what I'm saying? For me, that's taught.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
taught.
You're teaching them to hate that community.
Right.
Where you don't have to disagree. We don't all have to agree with each other's preferences.
Yeah,
But
or-
we don't have
yeah.
to not like each other and be hateful to each other.
Yeah.
I
definitely.
feel
I don't
like
know about that.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of always going to be like an underlying thing. It's not as prevalent today as it was like when I grew up.
Sure. Makes sense.
Because I feel like I experienced it firsthand.
Yeah.
You know, like
We getting fucked up back then.
I wasn't, but
You're like, ain't nobody.
so one day, actually, me and my friends, we actually sat down about this last Pride, right? And I'm 39 years old, right? I've gotten into 13 fights in my life.
That's a lot.
And all 13 fights was because of my sexuality.
What?
Literally, all 13 fights. I'm not a bully. I'm not a fight starter. I'm not the type, right? But I'm also a boxer.
Yeah.
And I'm not a punk either.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So I fought 13 black men in my life that did not like gay people, right? Because of my sexuality. So that's hatred.
That's
fucking
straight
hatred.
hatred.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like
Yeah.
it because I don't. If I don't agree with everything, doesn't mean
It
that
just
I
means
want to
leave
hate
alone.
you. That's
Why-
your business.
why- yeah.
That's your business. Handle your business. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I'm gonna handle my business or whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna disrespect you. I'm gonna call you whatever pronouns you want to be called or whatever the case may be. The only thing is, if I don't want my daughter to be a part of it or
Not
see
yet.
it.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Just when
She's
she,
too
why
young.
she asked.
Yeah.
If she asked,
You know
we
what
talk
I'm saying,
about
or
it.
whatever. She
Now
wants
she's
to-
starting to
You know what I'm
ask.
saying?
A little bit. Yeah. She's
Yeah, she asked about it a little bit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but we're not over here like let's having an open talk. Now,
You know
when,
what I mean?
when she goes through sex ed and stuff like that, I'm sure they'll have a discussion within that. But
She
you know what I'm
did
saying? I'm
last
sure
year.
because it's different. They didn't talk about that when we were with sex ed. They didn't have
Nah,
that
it was
discussion.
always about
It was
men and
always
women.
here's
You know what I'm
this
saying?
and this. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
ever was discussed about options.
No,
I said like, Dad, turn to page 3. There's balls.
No, seriously.
So the funny
That's
thing
like
is,
porn. I'm
so
like,
when
what the
my daughter had sex ed, right? She comes home and she was like, "You can't kiss me in my face anymore." And I'm like, "Why?" And she was like, "Because in class today, when we were talking about, you know, like kissing and stuff like that and what people do, we learned about oral.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, why would you be thinking about me when you're learning about oral?
Right.
Yeah.
She was like, because you're an adult.
Right.
And then she was like, so you can't kiss me anymore. I was like, well, who said that I did that? And she was like, well, you're an adult. And I'm like, well, I can still kiss you because you're my kid.
Right.
You know, and she was like, well, did you do that before? And so, you know, it's like one of those parent questions when the parents like, dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? And I was like,
shit.
of course I wouldn't do anything like that.
Period, exactly. Exactly. Of course
God.
not.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But, you know, she ever gets older and she pissed me off. I'm like, well, you know,
That's
that
why-
time when I kissed
right
you,
after-
I can tell you what I did before.
Oh,
shit.
shit. Oh,
That's
shit.
funny.
But that goes for any gay
but
or
I
straight.
think, no, but no, hella, yeah, I know, because I wouldn't, yeah, I was traumatized after I realized, like, oh, my mom did this, you know what I'm saying?
And kiss
Like,
me in the face.
ew, you know what I'm saying? Ugh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wanted to discuss Gavin,
Yeah.
our
So-
governor, his K through 12.
You know, sometimes like when you have to choose your words correctly so you don't offend people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And even though like I'm the gay guy and there's things in the gay industry, like gay community, I don't understand or I agree with. So like on the surface, like I think every single child should be in communication with their parent when
Yes.
it comes to gender, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need to let your parents know. And I think it's more so just for safety reasons.
Safety
because-
reasons, yes.
Yeah. In the gay community, it could be very dangerous. You
Yeah.
know, like the things that you do, the people that you expose yourself to, they could be literally like trying to live a certain lifestyle at school and getting groomed by teachers,
Ooh.
friends, anything.
That's a good point.
And then, so the reason why you have parents, obviously, is to, you know, advise you, protect
Exactly.
you,
Right.
you know, support you in whatever endeavors that you're doing. So, obviously, you know, like, how can you tell a child to, like, seize a channel of communication with their parents? Like, that's creating segregation within a home. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Exactly. That's the whole
exactly
point.
what she
That's
said.
exactly what I said. You're teaching my kid to keep a secret and not tell their
From
parents.
me.
From the
So what
parent.
I was thinking, it was like more like, I will hope that we have a relationship with our children, our only child, our next child, or not only child, our last child.
No more children. We're good.
Sorry,
Yeah.
where she will communicate that with us on their own,
Yeah.
regardless of what the school is. Is more. I was looking at it like, well, you need to have a better relationship with your child because you know what I'm saying. It's not the school responsibility to tell you every single thing that they do. I would think, but then I started thinking
is.
about it. Then I started thinking about it. If they got in a fight, they sure gonna call you.
Right.
They're gonna tell you. Or if he
Exactly.
didn't do good at school, they're gonna tell you. They're gonna do this. They're gonna
They're
do
being
that, they're gonna-
insubordinate.
they're gonna come- or whatever. They're gonna come
Exactly.
out. So they should tell you about this. Anything that has to do with their health, like
Yep.
anything
Exactly.
like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your daughter came to the office today because she had a period or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be, or it needs to
Exactly.
be talked to the parents.
Lost the tooth,
And
whatever
that's
the
what it all
circumstance.
says.
And,
Yep,
and I don't
and-
give a fuck. It needs to be talked to the parent. At first, I was
Yeah.
thinking about it, but then I started thinking
No.
about it. No, that's something that should be communicated because
Yeah.
you will communicate anything else. Trust me.
And that's what it all starts with. I feel like the communication and the relationship that you have with your kid.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
Like, I don't care what your kid is going through. If you don't have a relationship with them, they won't tell you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like, especially with
They will
me having,
hide it.
yeah,
They will hide it. They won't
Exactly.
tell
Yep.
you. They won't do
they'll
it.
take
Right.
it to the grave. You know,
And, you know, it happened with us. You know what I'm saying? We thought we had relationships with our child. You know what I'm saying?
And we found out
then
later.
then we found out later about something that they didn't want to tell us, which I think she was going to tell us. She just wasn't ready to tell us yet. You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying?
yeah.
I don't think she would have ever, hit it. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is like my older daughter, as you're right. And I didn't build that relationship like I was supposed to as a father, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, with
Mm-hmm.
her, you know what I'm saying? Mainly because we co-parented, but it's still my responsibility to be there. I think we talked a little bit, but when it came to the hard-hitting stuff, she wasn't telling me, bro.
No.
At all. She would tell
No.
Bree, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, or her mother, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, but she wouldn't tell me, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
Yep.
We do
Everybody's
build that.
relationship is so different with their children. You
It-
know,
it
like
can be, yeah.
with me, I have a daughter, so I'm a man with a child living in my home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, having a daughter. But the way that I kind of keep me and my daughter's relationship close is because I had to kind of fall back and dive into her world.
Yes.
Right. So if I kept parenting her, you know, like the way that I was parented growing up, she would, you know, shield herself.
That's what I fucked up on.
Yeah.
I did exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I shouldn't have did that. I should have just learned about my daughter. I should have like, what's your favorite color, baby? What do you like to
Yes.
do? Let's just do you. When you come out here for the summer, it ain't about you respect my authority.
Right.
Yeah.
Discipline,
Discipline.
Yep.
I want you to conform to what I want you to do in life. Yeah. I shouldn't have did none of that shit, bro.
But stop and think about it. It's kind of like human nature, right?
Yeah.
When you met Bree and when Bree met you, if you kind of just wanted her to like live life on your terms, right? She would only open up but so much to you. Right. But once you kind of like, hey, what you got going on? Like, what do you like to do? Then you naturally kind of, start opening up to that person. Like,
That's true.
Like I feel like that's how humans operate. A lot of times people don't see their children's as that.
That's it.
Exactly.
And then
Say that, bro.
they
I'm
don't.
telling you,
So
speaking that shit
I see my daughter as that. Like I have to be interested in my daughter in order for my daughter to have an interest in me and share things with me and tell things to me. Because if not, she just never will.
I think that's where it hurt us is that with ambiance, right, with one of our kids or whatever, I treated her like, you're gonna do this and this. I would really like, it'd be their first date. Like she'd be like, can I go on a date or whatever? I'm like, yeah, and you're gonna get the car. Like I literally like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and she's like, and then it took me a while because I'm like, you're not doing that because you're gonna do this. She's like, what do you think I'm a hoe? Like, and I was like, and not that I necessarily did that, but I just know who was around me that did when I was a kid, and I was like, these opportunities can be there, and I don't want to have that happen for her. And so she had explained to me like, listen, Mom, I am very open with you. I tell you pretty much I tell you everything. You're my best friend. And when she said that, I was like, I'm your best friend. Like, oh my God. It was just emotional because and I was grateful for that. I was like, okay, now I need to be like, I didn't have that with my mom.
Right.
Because the shit that I did and my friends did, they didn't have a parent that was in their business. They were home alone all the time till 10, 11 o'clock at night doing God knows what. So that's the reason why I was like, I have a better relationship with my daughter. I need to understand that she's not going to jeopardize that. And then I get at her if she does.
I didn't want to have sex because I knew I was going to get caught because the first time I tried to, I didn't know what I was doing. I was 8, but back in the day, no, listen. Back in the day, we was in church.
Stories. Yes.
And in church, they used to have prayer. They used to pray with the lights off, so the whole prayer room was dark, whatever, and people would be in there. We didn't think nobody was in there in the prayer room, but there was a pastor in there. The actual pastor was in there, which I was with the pastor's daughter, and me and the pastor's daughter was trying to
do some
fool
whatever
around
you were
or
trying
whatever.
to do.
And then the pastor was in there, and the girl was like, I think someone's in there. I'm like, no, ain't nobody in here. We good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was just from Ohio. I was a bad kid or whatever.
Nasty.
You know what I'm saying? I was 9, 10. I don't know. I don't remember, but I was trying to do whatever I thought I was trying to do, whatever.
I was clothes burning at that age.
Anyways.
Yeah. I was still with Barbies, I think, at that age.
The pastor had to be in the room, and I got beat the fuck down.
As you should.
Man, my
you did
dad,
it in the prayer room.
In the prayer room.
You
I
are
didn't do anything. I was
heathens
humping
right
her. I didn't know what I was doing.
It doesn't matter. It's still a sexual way when you're a kid. I
just got back from Ohio I didn't know what I was just thrown in the church. I didn't know what the heck this was.
Right.
All I know, that's what happened. And then, man, my dad whooped my butt. I got beat to black. He whooped me. Like, we had the house where you can go in the bathroom, in the room, and out.
And go out, yeah.
Man, I got
whooping
beat.
You throughout the house.
Bro, I got whooped throughout, bro. I couldn't sit down. Man, that was crazy.
So you waited till you were 16 and then lose your
But
virginity.
isn't it kind of hard? Like, okay,
I was so scared. I thought he was gonna pop out every time I was kissing a girl at school one time. I'm like,
with the belt.
Pop out. You know what I'm saying? Dead
yeah. So I guess I have a question for y'all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure.
What's up?
And you probably already been through it before, but would you rather your daughter tell you that she's having sex in high school or not tell you?
I want her to tell me.
I want her to, yeah.
So when she does tell you, what do you do?
You don't get mad.
You can't.
You can't get mad. You can't flip out.
Okay.
You're gonna be up. You're gonna be like,
So
right?
knowing
you have to
that,
say it internally. You can't show any facial expression that you're angered at her because they were big enough to.
Like when I found out my daughter was smoking, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I was fucking livid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I was smoking weed at that time too. You know what I'm saying? We've all did it.
Yeah.
Weed is fucking legal now. It's not even a big deal. I'm like. But I was mad because I didn't want her to really do it. I don't want him to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, okay, why are you doing it? What's up? What's the situation? And then that was more what I was upset about when I found out the reason why.
We found out. We didn't.
You know what I mean?
She didn't tell us.
Right. The reason why. But we had a conversation and we discussed it and I found out and it was fine. But as far as, I won't be mad because it's natural and something that they do, and we do it, and we just have
What
to.
I would be mad at is if it's in my home. I don't play about that shit.
Okay,
Don't
so
be
that
fucking in my house.
so that's what I was getting to,
Don't be
right?
in my house.
So look,
Only
that's
people
what I was
come
getting
to. My house
to.
is us.
So
I don't play
knowing
that.
so when we lost our virginity, right, and we tasted the forbidden fruit,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And we're like, okay, that felt good.
Right.
I'm going back to it.
Right.
So knowing that they're having sex, right? Where do you prefer them to have sex? At someone else's house?
Yeah, not mine.
In a car?
No, not a car. I
Like-
don't want
like-
this first
like
time
where?
behind a
I don't
building.
want them having sex.
Exactly.
Like,
I
no,
would
I
hope
get
that
it.
they
You
would
get it.
be
Okay,
more.
cool. No more, motherfucker. Like, get this shit out.
Right.
Like,
Honestly, I would hope that they would
I would
make
try to
the
be-
right decision as with the person that they at least have a relationship with. I would hate for it to be some random or just because it's prom night or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I would hope that they would be like, this is a relationship. We've been together for some time or whatever.
Being a parent.
Being a
During
parent.
these times are
I know,
crazy.
man. We need a shot now after all this conversation, right? Like, I think we're bad.
Yeah.
Well, James, thank you so much for pulling up to the chop shop. We appreciate the conversation. This was a great conversation.
Open
We
up
learned
our
some
eyes
stuff.
about some things,
We
you know
opened
what
our
I'm
eyes
saying?
about a lot
Yeah,
of things, and I feel like our audience will also. And we're hoping that's what we're accomplishing today. So thank you so much.
Give a different perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so what you got going on, man? Tell everybody about what you do, you know, where your studio is, you know, your Instagram, where they can find you. You know what I'm saying? Your hours and stuff like that.
Right.
Are you taking new clients right now? I know you got a lot.
Right.
So I'm the owner of San Diego Lock Studio. It's in Chula Vista, 610 Palomar Street. I have amazing hairline. We're going to be opening a location very, very soon, a physical location, so they can shop not just online, but they come actually physically in the store and shop.
Nice. Okay.
The career is just a part of my life. I think more so on my personal side of life, I just want to get my daughter through high school, you know, and off into college. So
Love it.
that's what I'm doing. That's my
the
focus.
Love it.
You know, just keeping God first in everything I do.
I love that. Yes.
That's
Absolutely.
it. That's it. I ain't got nothing crazy to say. I'm not in charge of my life. God is, you know. So a lot of times, like when people say, you know, like, what do you want to do, or what are you gonna do? My job is just to wake up every day and show up. You know, I don't know exactly what next year is gonna hold, nor do I worry about it. Right? There's a saying, God laughs at our plans. We can have all the plans in the world and be like, we're gonna do this, and this. Unfortunately, I had to learn the hard way. So now I just get up, you know, I show up and I continue to do what I do. And whatever doors God open for me, that's where I go at.
That's profound. I love that.
Where can they find you?
On Facebook, San Diego Lock Studio, or James Tyler, or Cut by James. On Instagram, Cut by James. My number's plastered everywhere.
Right.
And yeah, I'm always doing something in San Diego. I'm super active in the hair community out here. And, if you don't know me, you probably don't know yourself.
Well, my name is Sheldon on the beat.
What you gonna miss Bree?
Cut by James.
You just pulled up to the chop shop.
Busted open for the game. I just hope she's not your main one.
I just show up at the wrong time, looking for the right one. I just know we got one, hoping that she not one that you done came with. I just take the blame with.